Kind of funny, Dr. Bill Green hiding.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It's a hard guy.
My name is John Quincy, and I'm a council member for the 11th Ward in Minneapolis. And as a parent, I know how important it is for our schools and our community to manage and celebrate transitions. And we have transitions from kids starting kindergarten, and we have transitions of kids graduating high school and starting college careers. And there's everything else in between. But some of the things we need to do is recognize some of the other transitions that happen in our city. And I have a resolution here on behalf of the City Council and the Mayor to recognize Dr. Bill Green for his service to Minneapolis schools over the years. And I'd like to read that as it really honors a big transition for all of us. Before I start, I need to recognize some important people in the audience, and I wanted to do that real quickly. We have former school board directors and Chair Joe Erickson is with us. And we have former superintendent of the schools, John Davis, with us as well as current school board directors, T. Williams, T, and school board chair, Tom Madden. Tom, if you'd like to join us up here, feel free. Thank you. Ready to be embarrassed, Dr. Green? All right. The most humble man I know, and he loves this, being in the center of the stage with lights and TV. Resolution of the City of Minneapolis honoring Dr. William D. Green for his service to the Minneapolis Public Schools. Whereas Dr. William Green has served Minneapolis Public Schools as Board of Education Director for 8 years, Chair of Board of Education for 2 years, and Superintendent of Schools for 4.5 years. And whereas Dr. Green achieved academic success by earning his bachelor's degree from Gustavus Adolphus College in 1972, his master's and PhD degrees from the University of Minnesota in 1976, subsequently his law degree, also from the University of Minnesota in 1989. And whereas the Minneapolis Public Schools exist to ensure all students learn and grow into knowledgeable, skilled, and confident citizens, capable of succeeding in their work, personal and family lives into the 21st century. And whereas during Dr. Green's tenure, the Minneapolis Public Schools demonstrated a commitment to closing the racial and economic achievement gaps by adopting an historic strategic plan, addressing the needs of students and families, and making every child college ready. And whereas in his work each day, Dr. Green enacted the Minneapolis Public Schools' promise of an inspirational education experience in a safe, welcoming environment for all diverse learners to acquire the tools and skills necessary to confidently engage in the global community. And whereas under the leadership of Dr. Green, the Minneapolis Public Schools built strong relationships with students, families, members of the community, the City of Minneapolis, and public and private partners to promote the safety, well-being, and success of Minneapolis children, regardless of whether they are at school, at home, or in the community. And whereas Dr. Green greatly advanced the financial stability of the Minneapolis Public Schools through his leadership in passing $60 million referendum for 8 straight years with the backing of more than 70% of voters in order to strengthen the district's work and its academic mission. And whereas Dr. Green has served this community in countless ways, notably among them his service with the City of Minneapolis on the Youth Coordinating Board from 1994 to 96, and his membership on the Minneapolis Civilian Review Authority from 1989 to 1992. And whereas Dr. Green is a noted author of history books and many editorials and articles in both professional and community publications on Minnesota history and current events in the city and state. And whereas through his work at the Minneapolis Public Schools, Dr. Green has served as a visionary leader, creating a legacy of community engagement around student achievement. And whereas Dr. Green is now leaving the Minneapolis Public Schools and returning to teaching and writing as a professor of history at Augsburg College. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Minneapolis, we thank Dr. William Green for his service to the Minneapolis Public Schools and wish him happiness, success, and fulfillment in his future endeavors.